Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengals fan on most of the major platforms, and I am joined here in person with my partner in crime, Sam Schneider of Primetime Sports Talk. Tell them where they can find your stuff.
Absolutely, you can find me on Twitter, buy and sell you. I write for Primetime Sports Talk, like Mark said. You can find us at Talk Primetime or PrimetimeSportsTalk.com.
There you go. And as you can tell by both of our hoarse voices, we were at the game today. A lot of yelling, a lot of hooday. Great game. Didn't start out great. There was some bad things, but we're going to get into it. Couldn't be happier with the outcome. So, and before I forget, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. No cost.
Turn on those notifications, too.
And you'll know when these videos go up. So here you go. As promised, our road trip. We got the Eiffel Tower in the background. And let's jump right into it.
And comment down below, baby.
Yes. So, and we might, we haven't watched the game on TV. When I'm back in LA, I'll bet to take a look at the recording. So, if we make any mistakes, please, don't hesitate to set us straight.
We had some fucking awesome seats today.
Oh, that was awesome.
We had great seats.
Go to the LA Bengals fan Facebook page. I already put up the mix and TD where we were stretching out from our seats. I've got to go through other footage, but it's going to appear on that page if you want to see any of the stuff that we.
He's going to have to bleep out all of my curse words.
And don't.
He's going to have to bleep out all the curse words that I was dropping.
All the F-bombs that he was dropping. So let's just jump right in here. So this game started out with the Burrow fumble. And I was like, oh no, here we go. Another off start. I felt like when we gave up the pick six, it was like, oh no. But our defense held to a field goal, which was huge. And then we got into ball control. Both teams were very, very conservative in the first half. But I got to say, our offensive line struggled. Joe never looked comfortable in the first half back there. He had happy feet. He never looked comfortable.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, you guys can let me know in the comments, but obviously I'm going to look it up afterwards. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we started Hakeem Adeniji at right guard over Jackson Carman. And the right side of our line just got absolutely brutalized.
Yeah.
They got brutalized. I mean, that's where the pressure was coming 9 times out of 10. And, by halftime, one of my buddies, Jesse, was like, dude, you've got to get Adeniji out of there and get Carman into the game. I mean, I know he's a rookie, but still, like, you've got to make a change. If that's what's going on. Yeah. So that was rough.
There was that, and we got very little pressure on Carr in the first half. We really didn't make him uncomfortable. It wasn't until the very end of the first half where I think we got a sack on him or some hurries, but we really didn't pressure him a lot. And we kept, moving down the field, and we had to settle, for the field goal and the touchdown. So, but we're looking at a 10-6 score. Like I said, both teams very conservative first half. Second half was a completely different story.
Yeah.
Asserted ourselves on the run. I'm looking at some of the stats. And before we go any further, we have to commend Evan Almighty, who literally made 3 50-plus yard field goals, misses a PAT, but he makes 3. We didn't help him out. Burrow even took a sack on one that was going to be a 35 or 45-yard field goal. He takes a sack. He makes it a 50-yarder.
Like a 52, I think.
Yeah, and McPherson just hit all 3, so Evan Almighty was absolutely clutch today.
And ironically enough, then he turns around and he misses a point after attempt.
I was like, oh, you make it.
Which is insane to me after you just kicked 3 50-yard
yeah, I think we had a 57, 52. I'd have to look it up,
but I put on Twitter, Mark. I mentioned that there were a lot of people that are in the camp of just don't ever draft a kicker. You're always going to sign a kicker. You're always going to be able to find a kicker.
Yeah, that's the philosophy you take in fantasy football. In real football, when you have a quality kicker, you go get him.
Yeah. So here's my question to you. We had 3 50-yarders. Not my question to you, but my question to anybody out there. We had 3 50-yard field goals. Would you have trusted Randy Bullock to go out there and hit one of those?
We would have been lucky if he made one.
One of the three?
We wouldn't even have
Would
tried
you
the
have trusted
57 with Bullock.
Austin Siebert
No.
to go out and hit one?
So
Not really. And Evan is just crushing him right through. So when he missed, I mean, luckily the PAT didn't matter much because it was close to the end of the game.
right.
Anyway, so it didn't matter.
We were
that
still
much.
up. We went up 9 then, so we still was going to be.
It was a
two-score.
It was a
Right.
2-score game. So it's ironic that he missed it, but overall, at the end of the day, if you kick 3 50-yard field goals for me, I'm not gonna slide
good.
you for missing a PAT
That's
when you're already up 2 scores.
You earn your Evan Almighty title. We played a clean game. I mean, we had 1 penalty for 5 yards. One
Right.
penalty. They had 7 penalties for 77, and they were big penalties.
Yeah.
They had personal fouls. They had They had late hit, I guess, on Burrow. That one play.
They called it unnecessary roughness, but it was basically roughing the passer.
Yeah. But we were gifted some things that kept our drives
And
going,
even
which were great.
even that call was a little bit questionable, but I got it. He took 2 steps and then shoved Burrow down.
Right.
And I'm
I said,
I'm standing in the stadium going, throw it.
Like I said,
they
were big boos when those flags were thrown, but like I said, they were big. They helped us out a lot. So the Raiders did assist us. And then time of possession, we controlled the game. I mean, we had the time of possession lead at half, but we really controlled it. So it was basically 40-20.
Yeah,
It's actually 37 and change and 22 and change, but that's a huge thing. We kept their defense out on the field. Third down conversions also were huge for us today, which is why we had sustained drives. We were 8 for 16, which is great.
that's outstanding.
And here's kudos to our defense: 1 for 7 for the Raiders
on third down.
on third
yeah,
down.
for the
So
Raiders.
we got off the field a lot, especially in the second half. So it was like I said, great win today. This was so important because we're basically going home to face Pittsburgh now. If we can win next week, I mean, we're going to be looking at a 7-4 record. We're 6-4. The flip side, the Raiders now have to go to Dallas. They're at 5-5. I mean, and avoid the tailspin that they did last year. So I knew they were going to come out hungry, and it was a tight first half. But I'm just really, really proud of the team. We had a good turnout today. There were a lot of Bengal fans.
Oh
in
my
town.
God, there was orange everywhere. There was orange everywhere. It was outstanding. And I agree with you too on the on the Raiders front. Everybody talks about how AFC North is such a tough division, and it is. But because of injuries and things like that, this year has been a little different. Lamar sat out today. Pittsburgh had numerous guys go on the COVID list. Baker Mayfield is busted up. But you're talking about the Raiders. They got to go to Dallas next week, and they're also playing in a division
This week, it's Thursday.
And they're playing in a division with Kansas City. I almost said it.
San Diego, no.
I almost
Chargers.
said it.
I almost gonna call them San Diego.
I almost said it.
They'll always be San Diego.
They gotta deal with Los Angeles, and even honestly, Denver's defense is no slouch.
No.
So it's not like they're a pushover either.
Right.
They
held Dallas. They held Dallas scoreless.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I don't want to say the Raiders are done. But what I'm saying is we have an easier road than we normally would against a team like from this division.
Yeah. So, but this was a huge road win for them. And the 2-game skid. Go home next week. Let's take care of business against the Steelers. That was huge. I can't. And Allegiant Stadium is a beautiful stadium. It was
awesome.
It was a great place to see a game. Like I said, every hotel here, if you're ever coming out here for any of the games, every hotel here runs shuttles, so you don't even have to Uber. You just take the hotel shuttle down to Allegiant Stadium. But it was great. Like I said,
I did Uber because I'm bougie like that.
You're bougie.
I'm bougie.
We got a
like
VIP
that.
shuttle from our host.
I'm bougie
I want to
like
thank
that.
I want to thank my crew. I came out here with Heath and Josh and Riley and my daughter, and they've been a great hosts down at the Cosmo, getting us in there. So it's been an awesome day. And I apologize, I did not make the Bengal tailgate, but I kind of got I hung out with my crew. So
I did, and I want to mention that actually. I went to Bengal Jim's. He invited me to the tailgate. Maybe 5 or 6 blocks from the stadium. Man, we had a great time. There was an awesome DJ. Bengal Jim was there. Louis Breeden was there. Isaac Curtis was there.
Wow.
Really, really just an awesome group of people. A lot of really, really fun people to talk to. My buddy Pete ran into his cousin just like offhand. Didn't even know. Just was like, I think that's my cousin, or his wife's cousin. Man, it was an outstanding day all around.
So, and it was a good day for Ohio. I mean, think about it. Oregon losing that second game yesterday. I mean, that really gives the Bearcats now have a they control their own destiny now.
Yeah.
To the college football playoffs. So it was a good day for Cincinnati. Good weekend for Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
So just great time. So check out the LA Bengal fan Facebook page later this week. I'll put up more videos. And we'll come back, as always, with our preview on Thursday. It's Steeler Week, guys. I mean, we're right out of this into Steeler Week.
Let's go!
Let's go. So that's it. And like I said, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe to this channel.
Turn on those notifications.
Hit that bell, baby. Hit that bell. So,
and comment down below, baby.
That's it. Great. And now I'm 3-1 in the last 4. We got 2 wins at Qualcomm with the Chargers, losing in Carson, but now the win here. So 3-1 on my recent road trips to see the Bengals. So this was huge. It's just we all know what the difference of a Sunday when the Bengals win versus the Bengals losing. So this was huge, big road win. Proud of these guys. Proud of Zach. Second half he made some adjustments. And this team came out. They were prepared. They weren't sloppy. They executed. They had the one breakdown on a couple drives, but held them to the 2 field goals initially, and then the Waller touchdown.
Well, and we talked about in the last video, we talked about the fact that normally coming out of a bye, we're not always prepared.
But
and
it's a new day.
My argument was, Zach has changed the culture from this and this and this. Let's see if he can change the culture of this too.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out real quick. I got these beads last night at a bar here in Las Vegas, and it was all proceeds were benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
There you go. Great cause.
So, this is a string of beads. I paid $30 for them, but what a great cause. If you ever think about it, well, who do I want to donate to? Who do I want to give money to? Make-A-Wish Foundation is a really good one. So you should definitely do it.
And a shout out to everybody who said hi to me. YouTube guy, LA Bengal fan, all kinds. We ran into a bunch of people coming out of the stadium. So I just want to thank everybody for stopping and saying hello.
I'm actually more hoarse, not from yelling at the game, but more from the amount of hoo-days I dealt out.
Oh my gosh!
In the last 2 days.
So,
I mean, all day today.
Yeah.
Hoo-day. I'm not even talking about at the game. I'm talking about beforehand, last night at dinner, last night at the bars, and everything like that. So, man, Cincinnati, way to represent in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, guys!
Way to fucking show up.
Look at all the group pages that you see us on, because we post the videos on Facebook, and you'll just see how many people are out here. When Carr got intercepted. Oh, I almost forgot. We have to say something positive about Eli Apple.
One good apple.
One good apple. He was a good apple today. He tried to fumble the interception away, but we still ended up getting it. Eli Apple, we got to give you props, because if we're gonna point out all your blunders, we gotta point out your successes, and that was huge. You don't know how many black jerseys stood up and started heading to the exit after your interception.
Dude, it was like rats bailing off a ship. It was like rats bailing off a ship.
That was the death blow.
When he intercepted that ball.
That was the death blow.
And before that, he actually had a good game prior.
Yeah.
Like he had some some nice coverage situations. I mean, listen, I'm in Vegas, so I'm at a sports book yesterday, and I'm thinking about prop bets and stuff like that. One of the first prop bets I put down was Deshaun Jackson to score the first touchdown of this game, because I figured he'd be lined up against Eli Apple, and I'm like, we're gonna go down 7-0 like that.
Oh.
Dude, Eli played great today.
Props.
Great today.
Like I said, we will be the first to
And
tell
now
you when
that
you
I've
screw
said
up.
this,
Yeah, he'll have a bad game next week.
he'll have a horrible game next
Because
week.
we gave him props a few shows ago, and then he
And
came
then he
out,
turned around
and then
and
he came
sucked.
out and crapped the bed. So hopefully we get good Eli Apple next week, because we're going to need you against the Steelers.
One good apple.
One good apple. So we will be back up with our preview on Thursday, and with that, I'm going to say, hoo day, everybody!
Hoo day!
Hoo day!